God bless you all. It's good to see you again today on this channel. This is the program My Testimony, and I'm Pastor Grace Donald. Have you been blessed by my testimony so far? If you have been blessed, please share it with others, give me a like, and then remember to subscribe if you still haven't. Alright, so continue from where we stopped the other time. Please check out the last testimony if you haven't seen it. Alright, today I'll just continue from where I stopped. So for you to be able to follow, you may have to check out the last broadcast on my testimony. Alright, so I became friends with this lecturer that I talked about in the last testimony. And then I visited the office, we talk about our books, talk about the course, discuss all the novels that were discussed in the class or that was recommended for the course. And then most of the time I don't go alone because I don't advise going alone to see an opposite sex, it is okay. But then he shared an office with the HOD of my department, the English HOD. Then he shared the same office with him. It was like you go through his office to the HOD's office. So it wasn't really an hidden place as it was. So we visited, and then he was the writer also. Because of the closeness, he brought his books that he was writing yet to have published, you understand. You bring them for me, I'll read through it, I'll criticize, add, minor, suggest, Sometimes I'll see some of the endings and I'll say, I don't like the way the story ended. What if you modify it like this, you understand? So we're doing that, we're just friends, and everything was going on very well. By the way, have I told you that I was also the French president in my set, in my final year? Yes, I was, but not, I didn't vote for the position. It means I didn't choose to go. I was appointed. At the point where they called for that political position, I was not interested. I didn't want to do anything politics in school. Politics in higher institution, it is. Sure, politics in Nigeria, so it is. So I didn't want to go into politics in the world, not just in Nigeria. So I didn't want to go into politics. I just wanted to stick with the spiritual aspect of my life and leadership, you understand. I just stayed there. So when they were calling for those that are interested in the position, I did not go for it. I did not do any campaign. I was not interested, okay? But something came up with the president, the department, the lecturers in charge, there's a lecturer in charge of the French club back then in school, and then they had issues with the president that was the elected president, and then what do they call that? They asked him to step down. They asked him to step down, and they couldn't call for another election again. So what they needed to do now was to appoint, and that was what they did. So they appointed me, and I didn't want that. I said I don't want to be any political leader because of what goes with it. But it is, when it's your lecturer or the HOD is involved, you have no choice but to just obey to avoid being victimized. So after much deliberation and talk, I accepted the position from the department. And the major thing that I had to do as French president was to organize our French Day, Siècle Français, that's what we call it. We organize that every year. So I did that with the other schools, and it was a glorious event. Thank God for the success of it. And I saw that tenure through as the French president in my department that year. So back to my relationship. We got along so well, and it was just no strings attached, understand? Just friends. We got along, and then one day as I was in the office, do you know, I did not even know that he was not married. Yes, all this time we're just friends, helping to mark, helping to do some work, helping to correct his scripts and the rest, helping to check his novels and his writings. I did not know he was not married until the very day he told me he was interested in a relationship with me. I was shocked. I said, but you're married. He said he's not married. I said, you're not married? I was shocked because I was so free thinking that, he's a married man and all that. I didn't expect that he wasn't married. So when he said he's not married, oh my God, I was shocked. I got up and I left his office immediately. I left because I didn't see it coming. So I left and I disappeared. I did not go to his office again. No visit and don't go there again. Just stayed on my own. And then he kept sending for me to come and see him, asking students to send for me, sending students to call me and all that. I did not go. And then one day he went to wait at the entrance. An entrance to my hostel. He went to wait there and it was close to the library. So he stood there as if he was in the library and then was watching to see me come out after school. And then I got a student to call me from the hostel. And when I was told that somebody wanted to see me outside, I wasn't sure who the person was. So I went to see who the person was and surprise, it was him. So it caught me at the point that I could not run away because of the student that didn't know what was going on and all that. So I had to just arrange and pretend that everything was okay. And he was like, why are you running away from me? I just said, I didn't expect what you brought up and, I didn't expect it, you understand? So I didn't still get to give him an answer then. And then I found a way to put him off. The only reason I stood by him was because he said if I move, he will follow me to the hostel, and I didn't want that. I didn't want that embarrassment because it's not done for a lecturer to go to the hostel. So I had to just stand and hear him out. After hearing him out, I said, okay, I'll come and see you, So he left, and I did not go to see him. And he now had to use my HOD because I was close to my HOD because of my academic performance. I was close to him. My HODs, the English and then the French HOD, I was close to them. But this time around, he shared the same office with the English HOD. So he used the English HOD to get to me. And that one sent for me. So I went to see that one. And while I was in his office, the young man entered. And then I was stuck, and then the HOD, he had to tell the HOD everything that was going on and what he told me, and I ran away from him. And the HOD was like, I've not seen you in the office, where have you been? And I was like, I didn't want to say what happened and what made me run away. So the HOD now, I got to know that the HOD was aware of everything, that he had told him everything and why I ran away. So the HOD was like, what's wrong? You've been getting along. Don't you want to marry him and all that? I just said, well, I didn't expect it. But now that you have come in, I'll think about it. And then I've always said I want to marry when I'm 23. And as at then, I was 23. So I didn't pray too much about it. I just felt, well, since I said I want to marry at 23, well, I'm 23. Now maybe this is it. Maybe this is God arranging it for me, you understand? So I just accepted it. And then we got along so well. I didn't say anything wrong with it. Since we got along so well as a friend, so I said, okay, let's go ahead. And that was how we went ahead. But something happened along the line, before I could leave school and all that. I did not even know what was going on, because as a lecturer, people will come to the office and all that, students, your duty. You will always be around students. So students came, some met me there, some leave me there, some I live there and all that, just like that. But I did not know what was going on, understand? Until I left school, because I was already in the final year. I left school and then we were planning our wedding. That was my first attempt to love. All right, so we were planning our wedding and printed the cards, made their shabby clothes. My wedding cloth was ready, both traditional and white. Everything was on ground. I had even gone for marriage counseling. We had gone for marriage counseling in my church. And the date was fixed. The card was out. The cards were shared. I think just few weeks to the wedding. Is it even up to a month or a month? I can't really say. Few weeks to the wedding anyway. And then I started seeing one of the students in the school coming around and acting strange and funny, and I could not really tell what was going on. Okay, and then suddenly one day when I visited him, one day when we were in school and we were living together, we were leaving school together, and I was going to visit him at home. We were leaving school together, and then she followed us. She entered the same taxi with us. We took a taxi, She entered the same taxi with us, and I didn't know what was going on. We stopped, and she stopped at the same point with us also. I didn't know what was still going on. She followed us, and then we came home, and I was like, what is going on? Since she didn't talk and he didn't talk, I just decided to leave it that way. Until then, suddenly she came to meet me, and then she was like, do you know I have a child for this man you're about to marry? And I'm like, what? I had to pretend I was not shocked. I had to pretend I was not surprised. Really? So I asked him, is that true? He said, well, he has not seen a child, and he doesn't really know if there was a child, but there was a time that they had something like that. Because all this while we were in a relationship, I didn't sleep with him. I've always believed in keeping myself, you know, till the wedding night. And I discussed that with him the moment I accepted to marry him, and he said, okay. I told him, you know, I'm a virgin and I want to keep it so till the wedding night. And he was glad, and he decided to help me do that. We agreed to do that. So all those why there was nothing like, you know, sleeping together. And then when she said that, I was like, I had to hide shock and pretend I wasn't shocked. You know, you have to, you know, cover some shock to form matured, and like, I'm not feeling the pain, I'm not feeling it, you know, that. So I pretended I didn't know. I just faced the man and asked him the question, what's going on? And then he told me, well, there was a time she visited, all the long story of how she visited with her friends, and then one night she came and decided to sleep over, and it was so late he couldn't send her away, and she's a friend of a friend. You know, this long story. A friend, a daughter to a friend, yes, a daughter to a friend, and the mother, you know, brought her to him based on his lecturer in the school to say, this is my daughter, you know, we've been friends for long, blah, 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 and all that. So that's how he got to know the girl, and then she visits him with her friends in the office, and then suddenly wanted to visit the house to help her to do one thing or the other. Sisters, don't go and help any man in the house. If he needs your help, let him marry you. What are you helping for? You are bringing yourself down. You don't need to do that. A man that loves you doesn't need you to come and clean the house, cook, do everything before you accept you. You understand? That is the truth. I didn't do that for any man, and I'm happily married today. All right, so from there, she visits to help with the cleaning of the house and all that. From there, she will stay over with her friends, and then this particular day, according to him, I don't know, I didn't find out, I didn't check to see who's lying or who's saying the truth. But what he said was that she came over one night, and then it was so late. She stayed and stayed and stayed, and late it became so late. And won't you go home? It's too late, I can't go home now. Okay, stay in one of the rooms. And from there, one thing led to the other, and they actually did it. He agreed to that. But that's when he didn't know that she was pregnant, according to him. And when she finally came, he told her he was not interested in the relationship and they want the child. And he thought she had, you know, aborted it, but she did not. But he didn't see her again for a very long time until he came suddenly to say she just had the child. She just had a child for him. And even as we were talking then, he still hasn't seen the child to know whether it's true or not. Thank you too. I took my bag and left because the story was too hard. I couldn't just so I had to leave. And I went home, and the burden was much. I have to tell my mom about it because by now my mom knows him, my family knows him because of the, you know, plans for wedding and the visitation and everything. And then it was shortly after I graduated. We faced the wedding with, you know, that kind of excitement of after graduation you marry. That was how we faced the wedding before. Okay, so I graduated shortly, and the wedding was to come shortly after my graduation. So by now everything was messed up because we needed to be sure. And then the lady in question who claimed to have had a child for him was not ready to give up. She was insisting that he must marry her and that he can't be planning wedding with another person when she has had a child for him. And she was ready to fight it to the end that he must marry her. You know, I tell ladies every time from my experience that you don't force a man to marry you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Sometimes it's because you don't have self-esteem. You have lost regards for yourself. You don't know who you are. So you want to force the man. A man that you force to marry, you can never be a good husband to you. You can never enjoy that marriage. You don't subdue a man. Men have their own will. So if they say no, better leave it that way and walk away. The one that will value you and beg you to marry you will come. So just be patient. Build your self-esteem, Build yourself. I tell ladies that. So a man turns you down and you want to kill yourself. Don't kill yourself. You don't need him. You walk away. All right, so he said he doesn't want to marry her. It was just a moment of weakness. And she said, you must marry me. And then they had war. She was sending people to fight him, sending people to monitor him, everywhere and all that. And then sent somebody to tell them in the church that this man that is coming for counseling, that wants to marry her so day, she has a child for him. And that marriage cannot hold because she's coming to scatter the wedding and all that. So all the talk and all the war and all the problems and I'm like, I was just there looking and watching where this will end. I didn't know what to do. I just prayed to God and I was like, God, what is going on? This is my first attempt. What's going on? Yes, I felt it. I really felt it. It affected me because it was my first move and everything was set, everything was ready. And that kind of embarrassment of having to call to cancel and all that. It wasn't an easy experience for me. I felt it. So many people were talking, because the news was going out. She wasn't keeping quiet. She was announcing. She was talking with friends, telling everybody to tell me to leave him. I said, I'm not holding him. It's between him and the man. Really, I was not holding him. It's the man that was just saying no. And then because of so many troubles, sending people to fight him, sending people to his house, and all war, I had to stay back. And then my family called him to say what's going on, to ask what was going on. And in the end, my family said, well, you have to go and settle with that girl. You have to go and settle with that girl because we don't want we don't want problems. We don't want, already she's attacking you and he had injuries and all that. Fight here, fight there, just stopping on the way with him and all that. Coming to the house with big talks to fight him and all that. So my family said, don't want trouble. Please settle with her and then we'll know what to do. It means with all the threats and everything, the wedding can't hold until everything is cleared. And that was how the wedding was post. And it wasn't easy for me. I went through a lot. But I'm so happy that I'm smiling talking about it now because it's long gone and long over and I've been long compensated for it. But then it wasn't this easy. It wasn't easy, I would lie down to sleep. I can't sleep. I can't eat. I had all my sister friends in the fellowship, almost all of them with me, especially on the very set day of the wedding, because we had to announce on the NTA news the cancellation. But it's not everybody that will get to know about it. And then on that day, people still came to my house for the traditional wedding. Some came with gifts. And then I was at home, my mom, and then my mom's people, and then my friends, my sisters from Nine First Fellowship, my co-escorts. Then they were with me. They were just in. They were trying to console me, trying to make me laugh, trying to make me eat. They just stood there. It was a wonderful experience. It wasn't easy for me, but they were all there, and I'm so glad that they were all there for me. They stood by me. They helped me. I'll pray and I'll ask questions. God, what is going on? Why is this happening to me? All those kind of questions that you ask when you're going through tough time. I ask all those kind of questions. And then God told me a lot of things. I should relax. I should not kill myself over this. I should watch to see how this will end. That was what God told me. He said I should watch to see how this will end. And then I'll see some spiritual attacks, prayers in my dreams, trying to conquer some faces that I know in the family that were waging war against my marital destiny. I know what I'm saying. Apart from the physical aspect, there was a spiritual aspect that was controlling this physical aspect. It was terrible. But in all, I overcame. That's why I like that song. I overcame. Hallelujah. So I've come with stories to tell. I've come with testimonies according to Adai. So I overcame that position. On the very day of the wedding, people still came to my house with gifts. And then when they came and they were like, what's going on? Because already all the food for the wedding has been bought. The pots, all the cooking utensils has been hired. The canopy people, the chairs have been paid. But in the end, we had to pause all of them because of this situation. And there's many people who were like, don't mind her. If it's me, I won't leave him for her. Blah, 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 blah. I said, I'm not you. Like you can see, I'm not you. I had to avoid so many talk. And then, the church had to go and investigate to see if there was really a child and how serious she was to making trouble. And they discovered that she was really serious and they didn't want that kind of embarrassment. Nobody want that kind of embarrassment. And to even tell you the truth, I even had a dream that I was wearing my wedding gown and I waited in the church for him and I did not see him. I did not find that funny too. So I knew that I really needed to just do as God said. Just watch and see how this will end. And that was what I did. And that was the last I saw of him. From the very day that my family told him that he should go and settle with the other girl, I didn't see him again. No calls, no messages, no visiting. And I just felt he was trying to handle the situation, you understand? So that was how it went. And the very day of the wedding, some guys came to my father's house to find out if the wedding was holy or not, you understand? They came to find out if the wedding is holy or not. Already yourself. God is already in control, you understand? So people came and they brought gifts and then they said, the wedding has become, so I didn't know, it was announced, I didn't know. Okay, take the gift. And I still got gifts in the end, Couldn't even touch any of the gift. My friends collected it. I was not myself, I was like a skeleton of myself. And I'd never been fat. And then you can think of all the happened to me not eating and just thinking and worrying and, crying and all that. I am okay. Look at me today. Am I not happily married? So after some time, I met him on the way. After everything cooled down, the date has passed, everything has calmed down, and I have accepted my faith with God. And it was just being that one day, and I met him, and I was like, "What happened?" He was like, there was just nothing he could do. He thought he was weak. He didn't expect to see me. He just paused. He couldn't talk, and he was like, "He's sorry that he just couldn't handle it." But in the end, he did not marry the girl, but not the fight. So he decided that he would rather leave me and leave her, because she said he will not marry me if he doesn't marry her. So he decided that he will leave the two. And that was what he decided to do for peace to reign. He will leave the two. But you know that the girl went ahead. Some people were like, a lecturer. How can you leave a lecturer? This is, what were they saying? Like, this is a gold mine, something like that. Don't leave him, don't leave him. You are very lucky to even find a lecturer. All those fights. You don't fight. I still tell people today that are fighting, you don't fight. My life is a testimony that you don't fight over men. The man that really loves you will be the one fighting over you. Ladies, if you know who you are, you don't fight over a man. You watch and see how it will end. The Lord will give you the one that is your own. You don't need to fight. Physical battle over a man. Where is your self-esteem? Don't fight. If he's yours, he will go like this and go like this and come back to you. Don't ever fight. If he says no, don't force him to say yes. If you force him to say yes, you will never enjoy peace in that home. So he walked away from the two. And then she went to the school where he was lecturer. People are saying, you marry him because he's a lecturer. Force yourself on him. Since he's interested in you, go and hide and marry him. Go and do it secretly. The girl will not even know. This, that. Plenty talk. She went to the school and told the provost that, look at what is going on. And the man lost his job because of her. He lost his license to teach. Lecturer sleeping with a student, if it comes out, how it goes. So that was what happened to him. He lost his license and lost his job. And today, I don't think he's lecturing. We are still friends. Yes, we are still friends on Facebook. So, life goes on. Don't kill yourself. What is yours will come to you. It's just a matter of time. When it's your time, nobody can stop you. No devil, no hell can stop you. So, he's married today, and I'm married too. But he didn't marry that girl, and I don't know what happened to that guy. I don't know anything about that again, and I'm not searching to find out because it's none of my business. But the bottom line is this: please, sisters, don't ever fight over men. Don't ever fight over a man. Yours will never leave you. Stay put and let God place you where you belong, and then you will enjoy peace. I'm enjoying peace. I'm enjoying joy today. I'm enjoying love. That is what God can do for you. So I hope you have been blessed by this testimony. So, believers must learn, and sisters in particular must learn to know. Everybody must know that when God allows one door to close, it is because He has a better door to open for you. Today, I'm happier and I'm better. And I'm glad. So if God allows one door to close, just relax. Something better is coming your way. I learned that, and I'm a perfect example. That when God closes one door, whether a relationship or the other, it's because he has something better on the way for you. And that something better is what I'm enjoying today. I'm happily married and I'm doing well. And I'm happy for him also that he moved on with his life. He's a pastor today, he's doing well. I see his post on Facebook, I comment, and he comments also in mine. I just catch that friends in the Lord. We are not brothers and sisters in the Lord. I'm happy for him that he moved on. So, in the end, after all that fight, you didn't get to marry that girl. You see why you don't have to fight a man to marry you. It's more than that. Love does not fight. Don't turn it to hatred. Move on with your life. And don't throw yourself at men. Don't sleep with a man that is not yet married to you. Respect yourself and respect your integrity. That is the same respect that my HOD still have for me today, and the same love. He's still impressed with him. When I finally got married, he was my chairman during my wedding. When I told him that you're going to be my chairman, he said, I will do it gladly. You know, he was so impressed that I kept myself till date. So, he's a reverend, by the way. That's my HOD. He's a reverend. He's a reverend. He's a reverend. And he's doing well. And we are still very much in touch. And he was impressed. He calls me his daughter. And I'm happy to call him a father because he stood by me all this while. When things went wrong, he called me. When things went wrong with that relationship, he called me and said, I'm so sorry that I was the one that encouraged you to go into this relationship. He's my son, but I did not know he will go to that extent. I'm sorry that you had to put you through all that. He said, Daddy, don't worry. We are through with it now and we are over it. And we have moved on and life is better and sweeter for us. I'm most especially happy for him that he found he is holding God tight today, and God has finally called him into ministry. That is what God can do. God is awesome and is a forgiver. So please be patient with God and allow him give you your own. And don't fight anybody. Don't take anybody's own. Don't be impatient. Don't say they have their own. Especially those in Europe. Women in Europe. He has a wife in Nigeria. He has a wife back in Africa. You don't care. Let the woman be marrying him there in Nigeria or Africa. Me, I'll be marrying him here. Don't do that. For every man, there is a woman. For every woman, there is a man. The Bible says, none shall lack a mate. When God made Adam, he made Eve. So for every Adam, there is an Eve. Wait for your own, and your own will come. And when your own come, you will enjoy peace, and you'll be glad. You will find fulfillment and joy. And everyone will be happy with you and give you the blessing of marriage. The honorable thing about marriage. So keep yourself. Marriage is honorable, especially when the bed is undefiled. I'll leave you with these words. I pray that God will help you to hold this. Please share this to others to learn that it pays to serve the Lord. When you serve God, whatever is yours, God will keep it for you. And when He gives it to you, you will enjoy it and enjoy it with peace. He said, the blessings of the Lord make it rich and adds no sorrow to it. When you take the blessing that is not yours, you take what He has not given to you, you end up with many sorrows. And then you have to bear through marriage instead of enjoying marriage. You'll be enduring. May that not be your portion in Jesus' name. So you want to enjoy marriage? Wait for God's time. Don't fight. If God says this is yours and somebody else takes it, relax. God is giving you something better to compensate you. And He's a compensator. A very good one at that. He will do that for you. He did it for me. And I'm proud to tell you that He will do it for you also. If you just do the same thing, keep yourself, obey Him, trust Him, trust and obey. Till we see again, keep having awesome testimony in your walk with God and stay blessed. Till we see again on my testimony. Bye.